released by Acre Bay. This one was released by E1, which released by Dark Sky Films, which they release a lot of older horror films, even released the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So if you like all the hardcore gore slasher films, get Hatchet 1 and 2. Watch them both in order, both unrated, and they're just really great. A lot of people have not seen those, I know, as well. Now, would you buy Hatchet 2, Paul?
Yeah. After I haven't seen it, yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Do you think there'll be a part 3?
Yeah, probably. Very soon, yeah. So.
I mean, at the end, where Tony Todd finds out he's a bad guy who's just luring them onto his island, he bribes all the people to pay him $500 to go on that boat and find Cropsy and kill him, but then they all want a chicken and walk away. Then he switches it to $1,000 to get Cropsy. And they go on this boat ride, and you find out near the end where the guy wasn't the uncle, he was one of the friends that kills Cropsy as the kid. So Cropsy gets the axe, he jabs Tony Todd, who plays in the part 2, splits him in half, rips the skin off, and then throws him away. What she should have done was grabbed his body, ripped his skin off, and smashed in pieces against the tree. That's the only thing they left out. Could save that for another invention for a horror movie. And Cropsy was, the girl at the end just ends up hacking his head just to bits and then blows it off. I mean, what better way to end a movie? I guess I wonder what the third one would be like if when they direct it. Yeah, so what was your favorite scene in Hatchet 2?
What part you described?
Then near the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
well, one thing where this guy was having sex with his girl from behind, he ends up hacking him apart, his head right off, and then she's giving her that final screw and she thinks he's really giving it to him. She turns around, finds her head's off, and then she just jabs the axe right between their part, and he has trouble pulling it, and then you see her pulling it, and you see like in the first one all his blood lands on the tree and stuff.
Yeah, it reminds me of Jason there for a minute.
Yeah. Except the Friday the 13th had some venom violent scenes in the original ones, but they never got carried away as in Hatchet. And I think King Hodder really enjoyed that because now he gets to be a killer again and get really hardcore and rough and play two characters. And he is definitely now a main star. So I think with the slasher horror genre, he's going to become his career is coming right back up again. Yeah. And even though King Hodder has played Ed Dean, he's played in the BTK Killer, which they completely changed the real story, and all those other films as well, and everything. And what would you recommend to the younger people to watch Harris Gordon's movies?
Oh yeah. Just he did movies in a certain style. Like I remember some of these movies you see like in the whole block. There'd only be like one car in the neighborhood. Yeah. So I don't know, some of the scenes he depicted and areas he filmed and things he did, it was like his style. It was creative thought back then too. And like I said, I can't remember what movie it was. Or like I just remember there was a scene like they had people like in a cell, like in a cage, all caged up, and then they broke out, and they went after one of the guys. One of the prison guys. That's why I thought it was this one.
Actually, I think the other one you're thinking of is Pam Grier stars Girls Behind Bars. That's probably the one. Because it came out probably around the same time.
Was it Herschel Gordon?
No. You're thinking of another guy, Ross Myers. He has that same silliness, but he's mostly all...
well, this one, like I said, these things happen, and you have people in the South thing. And then all of a sudden they took the body part, and all of a sudden you see some girl with a guy's thing and a hot tub went.
Okay, yeah.
I went to eat it. I thought that was a Herschel Gordon thing.
No, I've watched all 6 of his movies all the time. Herschel Gordon. Yeah, Herschel Gordon, I never got to meet him at the convention, Remorgue Fear Fest. I saw him, I wanted to meet him, but I never got the chance, but hopefully next time. But from what my friend Des had told me, which is one of the Splatter review episodes, that he's a very sensitive, bitter guy. I mean, if nobody took you seriously enough, I guess you would be kind of bitter too. And I'm kind of like that, like my friend Chris in the way. He's very bitter and wants stuff done right and everything. He never did create any of the killers surviving, like what Wes Craven, Sean Cunningham, or John Carpenter, like Freddy or Michael, or even the modern time Hatchet movies. And they should remake Blood Feast, but they should really do a good job of it. Wizard of Gore was okay for a remake, but it was nothing like the original that came out, different company. And another thing I want to point out, Paul is going to be one of my stars of my horror film that I've been talking about for quite a bit now, and casting. He is going to play one of the fathers of my characters, a young filmmaker who I was talking about with Chris in the other episode. Paul is going to play one of the fathers named Mark Bronson. That is how much I'll give away. Are you looking forward to that, Paul?
Yeah. Maybe 12 a challenge at feet to do.
Yeah, because Paul's always been a horror fan, I think he'll do a great job with it. But anyways, check out Horror Show Gordon, and that's our episode of the Splatter Review Productions. Alright, for YouTube and Facebook fans, take it easy. Goodbye for now. Anything to say, Paul?
No, that's good. Bye. Check in.
Yeah. Alright.
I was thinking we should check